Damn.
You a parent too?
I don't check nothing.
Do they not bring home
I'm a terrible
their
parent.
grades?
Yeah.
Remember
Well,
when
he gives it
bring
to
home
us.
papers
With the progress report.
Yeah, he'll show us the progress
Julian
report.
folds it up into like 55 little pieces.
Because he don't want you to see his
and
grades.
sticks it in the, yeah. I never even thought about that.
Right.
You know, because our parents, my parents are like, we just do something. You can't be on the street.
Right.
So, it's like,
I got a question about that.
$12,000.
Right.
And a car's worth $2,000.
Who are these people that come in here for these? Do they understand what how interest works on money? Do they even? I don't think they don't.
They just want a car.
Alright, hey guys, if it's crazy, alright, go now. Wait.
Get in there! Oh my God!
Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah, and have a nice day.
Good God!
I love the Family Mess. Oh
my God!
Oh my God. You got Ian.
Welcome to the Family Mess Podcast. I'm your host Ian, and this is my wife and co-host Nathalie. The Family Mess Podcast, the podcast about life with kids and all things adulting. Let's talk. Nathalie, how are you today? So we're on episode 20, 19. What have you been up to?
Life, Ian, life.
What about life?
It's trying to survive.
Why is your computer still making noise? I still hear your computer in the background dying and killing us.
I closed it.
It's da-ding, da-ding.
I don't know why I closed it.
And it's killing me back here. But keep going with what you're doing.
I'm not sure why. I'm sorry. I really don't know why it's not working.
Bring the mic up closer to your mouth because I want to hear your beautiful voice as you talk. But it's a loose.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. All BS.
Listen, I'm trying to do the right thing here, okay? We had a good Saturday morning today. Jackie went for a walk this morning. But other than that, what did we tell?
Ian, we went for a walk this morning.
Went for a walk. What else did we do? Shopping, a little bit of shopping, and we had a good conversation. So we actually were nice to each other this morning.
That's on you.
That's right.
It's all good. Shopping? We went grocery shopping. We just got some stuff. Today we have our guest who's talking right now.
Talking to the mic.
My cousin Jackie.
Talking into the mic, I am.
Yes.
Of course, another one of my relatives because Ian ain't got none. But it's all good.
I don't know.
My family is.
You got family all over the damn place,
my family
man.
is bigger locally than yours is. You have family, but they just all over the
Well,
place.
I found out a couple months ago my family lives in what? Claremont, a Mascot. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember, I found out I had a lot of extended family that I didn't know about for years.
You better go find them.
Oh, I found them. I've been texting them. Hopefully they can come over and maybe I can go over there.
Yeah, maybe you can get them on one of the shows. Are they younger or older?
My age.
Oh, then yeah, definitely maybe we can get them on.
Yeah, I have cousins. I think there's 2 or 3 cousins that live up that ways. So definitely got an uncle. So that looks just like my dad. Very weird.
You find them on Ancestry.com.
No, my dad didn't tell us that he had a brother that lived like 45 minutes away, and he's been coming back and forth. Never told us. I found out from his sister that came up for a funeral.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's how I found out. I was very hurt. Why are you laughing? I was very hurt by that.
Your dad said you don't need to know. You want a need to know basis.
Whatever.
You don't need to know.
Whatever. I don't.
Well, so hopefully at some point we can get some of your family on.
I can barely hear you, Nathalie.
I don't know why.
Ah,
Is that better?
sounds much better.
Okay,
yes.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
So today we have my cousin Jackie on.
Jackie.
Yes. Jackie used to live down south. She mostly grew up down in Miami.
That's right.
In the bottom.
Right, that's right. And we're both from England, remember?
Wait, you were born? I didn't know you were born in England.
I didn't know you were born in England.
Yeah. I did not realize that. I didn't know your parents even lived in England.
Remember Derek had pushed me into the doorknob and I got a
that was
chop on
way
my head.
before my time.
Oh my God, I don't remember that.
I know you and Derek went back to the. Oh my goodness.
You have a picture of a knot on your head?
Kevin, yeah, I still have a little chop.
Oh my God, Derek put a knot on your head.
Yeah, Derek is my brother and Kevin. Yeah, those are my older brothers. But they could be my dad though. They're so much older than me.
Yeah, you got your family has.
Yeah, I'm 43 and he's like 60 something.
Their brothers could be her dad.
Derek is not that old.
He is.
He's 60. Same. Well, we're not the same age.
No, you're not the same age.
Derek's old.
Derek is like 60.
Really?
Yeah. He don't look 60, but he like 60 years old.
Is he 60?
62. He was born in 62.
That doesn't make him 60.
Are you doing your math right, Nathalie?
Let me check.
Oh no, dude.
Let me get my calendar. Hold on. Hold on. 2020 minus 1962.
Oh my God.
Oh, my bad. He 58.
Oh, damn.
I was close. I thought he was 60 already. Oh,
Well,
okay. Well, we
I think he looks older because he has a lot of weight on him.
He look older. He doesn't look 60.
No, he doesn't look 58, but that's
doesn't
okay.
look 58 either. Because
No, he doesn't.
But I didn't know,
Black
Jackie,
don't crack.
that you were born in England. Were you born in England? Or were you
I
born
was
in?
born in London.
Yes, audience, I love you guys.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know we had the same path.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, Uncle Sonny. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I'll accept that because it's
You
your
gotta put that
phone.
on vibrate, Jackie.
Oh yeah, let me do that.
You on the radio.
Nobody ever calls me. I mean,
That's how it works, though. When nobody calls to you, don't want nobody to call.
That's because you're famous. You're
I'm a
famous this
power
morning.
off.
That's right.
Power off.
I know that phone's always on.
Vibrate.
That phone's always on.
Power off. I just have my undivided attention.
And then you have one son.
I do have one phenomenal son.
Yes, I remember.
Julian Clark.
Yes.
Wait, Jackie, you a helicopter parent? I can't. You're a semi-helicopter
Hell
parent.
yeah, you're a
aren't you?
helicopter parent.
Well, I
Don't lie.
am getting over that. I'm like really just thinking about all the money that I'm spending now that I should be using for my plastic surgery. So,
but you are nurturing you're nurturing him. He does a lot of things.
Yeah,
her son's very diverse, and I see him golfing and.
But you know what?
He's in.
It's good to see that he's so diverse, and even in the sports that he does, he's really good at the basketball. But when you see him,
he plays piano.
I mean, listen, playing the piano will get you a lot of ass when you get older.
That's
am
what
I
keep
lying?
trying to tell him. I keep trying
Jackie,
to tell
am I
him
lying?
that.
Does he like playing piano? Does he enjoy
does.
it? That's
Yeah,
good.
he
I
does.
wish I had gotten mine
Because the girls don't expect it. They'll see a basketball guy coming up,
Exactly.
and he'll see a piano and sit down, and all of a sudden he'll start playing it, and all the girls will be like, "Oh, what the?"
He don't need that. He's an attractive kid. He don't need more attention.
But
than
it
he
makes
can
it
get
even
already.
more attractive when he plays the piano and he's an athlete. That
Let
makes
me
it
tell
even
you the
better.
story. So he plays in the junior fine arts competition every year.
Wow.
And so this, last year,
Our kids ain't doing nothing.
they let them play at the school. So they play in the church and they bring all the students in. And, he played last year and all of a sudden he was like, Mom, I have so many girls coming up and going, you play the piano, Julian? And I was like, so what happened? He goes, Mom, I'm a god. So now I'm like really nervous about it.
Don't let it go to your head.
Oh, it's already going to his head.
Yeah,
Oh man, I love it.
But the good thing
love
is,
it.
out of that,
I love it.
there were several other kids in his class that came to him and said, hey man, I didn't know you play the piano. I want to play. Where can I go to learn?
Really?
How to play?
Oh,
good.
So
That's
it was like really that was
change the
something-
narrative. Yeah,
exactly.
You don't have to. You can do athletics and also be artistic and do other things.
Exactly.
Because my nephew Tristan, he's a basketball player. He can dunk already. He's like 6'2".
Hey, I
isn't he?
saw that.
He's like 6'2".
Hey, that video on Facebook. Did you see the
haven't seen
video?
it. No, you
So
guys
Tara
have to.
posted this video, and it said Tristan's first. Was it dunk?
Nah, yeah, we were both in disbelief
Yeah,
that he
so-
could dunk, but he
So
can.
Jackie, all of a sudden you see this person in the video dribble the ball, jump up, and dunk it with one hand. I'm like,
He's only 14.
14 years old. I'm like,
Yeah.
but that ain't Tristan. I rewinded it. That fool dribbled the ball, jumped up, and dunked it with one hand, like nothing. I'm like,
You guys have to like post that so I can see.
Yeah,
that,
please
because
see that.
I said,
Yeah.
what the
I'm
hell's
like
going on
actually
here?
hating on that because I've been telling Julian, when are you gonna dunk? You gotta dunk.
And he just did it in a game like
it's
no big deal.
effortless. Yeah,
Like I was like,
yeah.
what the heck?
He's got that skill, but
got
either
the
way with
bunnies.
him though, he's also in a play. He's doing a play, and he's in the choir. He sings in the choir
I
at
love
school
that.
too.
Oh, I didn't know he was.
Oh yeah, he loves music
He
and
does
art.
acting.
Yeah, he's in the play.
We should have had him to come on the podcast. He would have liked to do
Dad
that
just
stuff.
told me. I didn't know, but I'm just saying that's
I
my
didn't
point
know he
though.
did that.
Even though he's a really good
Oh.
athlete,
That's,
but he's
you
doing
have
other
to
things.
encourage
Right.
them
Very good.
to develop other skills. Like
Wow.
just like with Julian played football last season.
Yeah.
That was very stressful.
Did he
for
like
me.
that?
He loves it, and they keep asking him if he's going to play this year in the spring. But I'm just.
But he's natural at it though.
I don't think they don't let him play no
Yes,
basketball, no football.
No.
He's tearing him up, man.
No,
it's too rough.
But he didn't get hit that hard that many times, did he?
Was he
No,
on
but
offense?
Was he a
playing-
receiver?
He's
Tight end?
cornerback.
Cornerback.
So he was on offense.
No,
Yes.
no,
Oh, okay.
cornerback is you're defending the receiver.
Oh,
That's the guy
So-
that covers the receiver.
But he was also playing middle school ball, so he was one of the bigger boys.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
team.
Of course.
Next year it would be JV, I guess.
He's going to get demolished.
Yeah, no,
Probably
he's not
And if he goes to high school, it's going to be much worse.
He's not playing.
If he goes to high school, he's going to get killed.
His
in high
brain is like just. I need it to stay intact
Jackie
for
needs-
a little bit longer.
Yeah, she needs for him to get to college. That's what we're going to talk
Well,
about today.
Yeah.
Is is going to college, and who should pay to go to college.
Listen, what do you mean who should pay?
Well, Jackie's on the perspective of me and her be back. Usually we agree on
I
most
wanna hear
things,
this.
but on this one topic, we're like, no, we're opposites on the other end, each other end of the spectrum. So Jackie believes any and all costs that she's going to pay for her kid to go to college.
What do you mean any and all costs?
Well, I said it's my responsibility as a parent to ensure that I at least give him the foundation. And if that means paying for college, I should do that.
Yeah, see, but Ian and I, we're on the opposite spectrum.
See, I don't understand why you would be on the opposite end of it. To me, it doesn't make sense.
I think it comes down to my retirement and how I feel about my life, but I love my kids. I'm going to set my kids up to where they make it to college. And if that means I can afford to pay some of the college on the way, yeah, I'm going to do that. But anything after that, man, I'll help them get a loan and figure stuff out themselves.
What do you mean get a loan?
You know what?
Why would you encourage them to incur debt?
Okay, this is the thing.
Or scholarships. Scholarships, right?
So Ian and I both went to college, and we both had to pay our own way. My mom gave me a little bit of money. She gave me a little stipend every month.
My dad said
but
he
I had to pay.
He would get some money somehow. I guess
he ain't never did.
I didn't mean to laugh on that. That was just like, it's not like you don't
He ain't never
know.
had none. He never gave him none.
No, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, you prayed to God, but I still didn't get no money. I had to go. I guess it worked because I applied for a loan and I got the money that way. So I guess somehow I did get the money, but that's a whole nother story.
I also went and I remember taking out student loans, and I just feel like the stress, especially now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
it's different now.
We went to school back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm older than you guys, so it was like way before that. But the point that I'm making is if you're taking out a loan, like we know how much the loans can balloon over time.
Correct.
Our kids are not in a financial position where they can pay these loans off in a reasonable time. I mean, I remember Barack Obama just paid off his loans while he was in office.
Yeah, he took out one of those crazy loans.
Right.
But
he went to Harvard
but it paid off for him though.
Yeah, it did pay off for him.
That's what I'm saying. Usually when your choices in college will determine how fast you're going to pay off that loan.
Right.
It really does. I mean, even this loan crisis going on right now, Nathalie and I had a discussion about this, and we're like, people just want forgiveness for these loans. And I understand, but I'm like, well, at some point there was a decision made to take out a loan to go to school because you wanted to advance whether your education or learn something else. But you still got to find a way to pay the money back.
Right.
There's
and I think they should have to pay it back, but it needs to be reasonable because there are a lot of additional fees that are that they incur over the life of the loan. You should not be paying a student loan back for 20 years.
I agree.
That's
to
ridiculous.
A point.
Well, there's different reasons why it ends up taking that long. One, because the government lets you forbear, they let you defer, they let you do all these things. Cause I had loans. We just finally paid ours off. What's that? From 2001 until 3 years ago?
Yeah.
We just paid it off. And
that's a mortgage.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because we were in financial situations once we had kids where we couldn't pay anymore.
Right.
I couldn't pay as much.
It was the kids.
So
it was the kids.
We kind of
way overrated.
But what happened was with the system allows you to forbear and defer, but the interest still keeps accruing.
It keeps accruing.
And so
they didn't get me though, because I paid for years way above, so I never owed any money. I paid 2 or 3 times more than I owed. That way,
you're balling.
Yes. Well, I didn't have
You picked the right.
I was an engineer. I picked a smart profession. People out there. I actually said, I'm an engineer. I'm going to take out $30,000, and guess what? I'm going to be able to pay it back because that's how you pay back a loan.
Well, to say to that, what I tell people from working in the school system and academia is never borrow more than half of what you can make as an entry level. So if you're what is that? Sociology major. You might be lucky to make $30,000. So you should never borrow more than $15,000 because you probably won't be able to pay anything else back. You will be overburdened, but people don't know that. And
that's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah. And that's one of the things why part of when I say is I'm not going to go into serious debt for my kids. Like I'm in the Facebook groups and these parents are talking about how, their kid wants to go to this school. It's out of state, which cha-ching, that's one ching.
Right.
And then
one ching.
And then after that, you have to pay out of state. Then you got to pay for all your housing, your food. I mean, it all adds up. Ching, ching.
Let me ask you this.
I think parents stress about this.
Let me ask you this. Did you guys at some point figure that your kids are going to go to college? when you had them.
Well,
there are things that we could do as parents to prepare for that.
And we did prepaid. We did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. We did the prepaid because we knew we really can't, because we talked about it.
We could afford to. That's
right. Yes.
But the thing